Yes, Sale, all my beautiful people. Welcome to the alternate point of view. This is Tracy Lee, and we are going to talk about this Apple River verdict that just came in about an hour or so ago. I'm sorry I'm behind getting to you, but I was out and about. I didn't realize it would come back so quickly. But let's get into this, you guys. Welcome. So I want to know, what do you guys think about this verdict? They did exactly what the prosecution wanted them to do, and that is when they threw the spaghetti at the wall to see what would stick, they got exactly what they wanted, and that is the lesser of the charges, which was reckless homicide, intentional homicide for Isaac. They also got the lesser of the charges for intentional, reckless, attempted, safety endangerment to the others with a deadly weapon. You guys, the prosecution knew as this case was going on that they were not going to get those first-degree charges. That is what they went in with. They went in with first-degree intentional murder, first-degree intentional homicide, as if this man went to the river and intended upon killing these people that day, or attempted to kill these people that day. And as the case went on, they realized, holy crap, we don't have the case that we thought we had. So at the last minute, at the 11th hour, they decided, you know what? Wait, we are going to throw these other charges in and give the jury the option. We're going to give the jury the option to choose lesser charges. And that's what the jury did. They chose lesser charges. Let me tell you, you guys, I would never in a billion, trillion, zillion years allow a jury of 12 people to choose my fate. Never, 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 never. Especially when the prosecution is allowed to change their mind, to change the charges at the last second. So I hate for the families. I really do. I hate for the families that this happened to their son. I hate that this whole situation happened. It turned into a really, really ridiculous horror film. I really do hate that. But what I hate the most is that the situation happened to begin with. And what really, really, really bugs me is that these kids will now never learn a lesson. They will now think that it is okay for them to behave the way they behaved, and they now suffer no consequences. They will now go on thinking for the rest of their lives that they are victims of someone else, someone who did nothing to them to instigate anything to them. They did all the instigating, all the bullying, all the everything. That's what they did. That's how they acted. That is exactly what they did. So, because of their actions, because of their behavior, because they surrounded this man, did he have to use a weapon? No. Did he recklessly kill someone? Probably. But was it self-defense? I believe it was self-defense. I believe he had no other options. I believe he was one man surrounded by 13 people, taunting him, bullying him, and he didn't know if any of those people had weapons. They threw him, pushed him into the water, and punched him and hit him and held him down in the water. What would you do? What would you do? So I fear that our justice system is not working in the way that it is meant to work. So this is very, very bothersome. This is something that I feel that I believe he has a very good appeal on this one, especially because he was never read his rights. He was not given his Miranda rights from jump. And the fact that the judge cut that off in the trial, The fact that the judge would not let that part of the video play in the trial where he is put into custody and said, "You are under arrest," and then cut the rest of the video where he wasn't read his Miranda rights, and that part is just kind of left out, that is indeed questionable. So, guys, I just want to say the Apple River stabbings, I feel terrible for the families. I really, really do. I couldn't imagine losing my son in such a horrific way, but there was alcohol involved. These teenagers were drinking. They thought they were, being smart alecks. They thought they were being cool. They thought they were being whatever they thought they were being. And this is a behavioral issue. This is a, ganging up on a person issue. This is rude. It is misbehaving. It is, what the heck? What the heck? I would not have 12 strangers, because that is not a jury of my peers. Those people were not a jury of my peers. And they did not look at it through the lens of him, the defendant, the person who was being trapped by these people, who was being yelled at and screamed at and thrown down and hit and slapped and choked and all of those things by all of these people. They did not look at it as if what if they were in that situation? How would they have handled it? They did not look at it that way. They put emotion into it. You have to take all emotion out of those kind of situations and really look at the evidence, really look at the facts of the case. And that's a problem when you put humans in a situation. So I really, as self-appointed alternate juror, I would have been the holdout. There's a lot of cases I watch, and I'm telling you, I would be the holdout, because beyond a reasonable doubt means beyond a reasonable doubt. And there is a lot of maybes, probablys, possiblies. There's a lot in this situation. And the fact that he wasn't read his Miranda rights, the fact that he asked when he was going to get a lawyer, the fact that there's a lot of technicalities that are thrown out there. And I'm just saying, guys, I don't think they got this one right. I'm not saying that it's not a tragic situation at all. I'm just saying that this does not sit right with me at all. And I believe that the prosecution played dirty by throwing these lesser charges in at the last second, because they just wanted to get a conviction. And I think that is just playing just low down dirty. And, I don't agree with that. I don't think that a prosecution should be allowed to do that when they know they're not going to win a case on the charges they originally brought. I believe that if you bring particular charges, those are the charges you should go with to the bitter end. You're going to die on that hill. But they didn't do that. That's not what they did. So guilty on the lesser charges, guilty on reckless homicide, guilty on the endangerment, safety of people around him, guilty on the use of a weapon. So that is what he's going to get. We will look for the sentencing and see what the sentencing guidelines are for this. So thank you so much for waiting. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to anyone who is new. Thank you for sharing. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. What would you have decided? What would you have done? Please let me know. I appreciate it so much. Kamsahamnida.